Hey everyone, so I'm going to do a really quick product review for you today, and the product that I'm reviewing is the Revlon Photoready Foundation. And I'm sure, as you guys know, if you've been snooping around YouTube or anything, this is a super talked about product. It's controversial and potentially revolutionary, so that's kind of why I wanted to review it. And the reason why it's so talked about and it's so popular right now is because it's really the first foundation of its kind that's available in a drugstore to the masses at a good price point, but is still comparable to high-end foundation brands that kind of cater to an audience who are looking for a foundation that will stand up under like flash photography or like film and TV. So it's really neat that there is a product now that's available to us at around $13.50. That's, you know, kind of like a higher end. Revlon Photoready Foundation has probably been compared the most to the Makeup Forever HD foundation, which I've been using since October, maybe September even. I've been using this pretty religiously, so it took a lot for me to put this down about a month and a half ago and pick up the Photoready foundation. So yeah, now after using this for like a month and a half, I feel like I have all my opinions thought out and I have had my own experience with this, so I thought it would be a good time to actually do a product review for you guys. And I definitely have some positive and negative things to say about this foundation, so I guess we can get started with the negatives. The first negative, and this is a fairly big negative, but I feel like it's something that will change in the future, is that right now they do not have a very complete color range. When I first started looking for this product back in January, I couldn't find it in my drugstore. They didn't have it yet, so I had to go into Ulta and look. And when I got there, I was really surprised to see how few colors they had, and the range itself was small, but then Ulta was also picked through, so there really wasn't anything that stood out as being my skin tone. So I bought two foundations at the time. I ended up having to give one to a friend because it was way too light for me. And then I kept the color 009 Rich Ginger, which looks like this. And it's probably about the same skin color as me, but the undertones in this are just super, 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 super red. So it makes my skin look ruddy, almost like Snooki-like. And I love Snooki. She is a beautiful girl and classy as all get out. But, you know, orange doesn't look very good on me, so I can't really wear this by itself. I've been watering this down with lighter, kind of more yellowy foundation so I could find a color that kind of complements my skin tone and doesn't overpower it like the red in this does. So this past weekend I was able to go back to my drugstore and they finally got the foundation in, so I picked up 008 Golden Beige, which is like the perfect kind of like balancing agent for the Rich Ginger. But you can see these are like next to each other on the color gradient scale, but the undertones are just completely different, and the color itself isn't the same. I hope that's a good way of describing it, but I don't think it is. But yeah, so between the two of these, I have a color that looks okay on me, but I was just a little disappointed that there really wasn't something that was perfect for me. And this Makeup Forever HD one that I wear is number 128. So number 128's out there, you know, just be warned that you're probably gonna have to pick up two of these to kind of work with your skin tone. But so that's my first complaint. The second complaint is, and you know, this has been talked about by everybody, there is shimmer in this foundation, which is really kind of new and innovative in a foundation. You know, and the problem with this foundation is that a lot of people feel that they look shimmery, like glistening diamonds, like a Cullen. And you know, I still think it's better to be like a Cullen than a werewolf, but you don't necessarily want your foundation to be the source of that. And you're talking to a girl who loves putting shimmer in her foundation. I put like melon pigment or vanilla pigment or champagne colored pigments into my foundation all the time to make me look glowing and ethereal. But the difference between doing that and then the glitter in this foundation is that the glitter in this foundation seems to be quite metallic in nature. It's almost like silver glitters. And you can definitely tell when you have some on your hand and you look at it, it really reflects, I guess it reflects all the colors of the rainbow, but that includes like blue and green. So it's not a very natural skin tone kind of glimmer, I guess. And I think that's what makes people look a little too shiny and shimmery. And I found that this foundation doesn't actually make me look shimmery as much as it makes me look sweaty. And I know girls don't sweat, we glisten. But I'm not really into glistening like a pig. So, yeah. So I feel like that could also be fixed. It's just like a formula thing, and finding a good pigment that looks good and flattering on all skin tones. I probably would recommend melon or something like champagne if you do want to add that to your foundation, because in my experience it does look good on all skin tones, just a side note. And then the last problem I've had with this foundation is that the consistency is quite thin, and this is just a personal preference thing, but as soon as I put it on the first time, I really noticed that it sunk into my pores and into my lines and made my skin look really thin, like aged, like unhealthy. And it's not, it's very like supple in real life. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. So the Revlon Photoready pressed powder actually takes care of these two issues, in that it kind of soaks up any of like the extra sweaty look, and it kind of covers any of the shimmer, and then it also kind of fills in all of my pores and lines that seem to be exacerbated by the thin consistency of the foundation. So that's good. However, there is an issue with this too. If you use more than a trace amount of this, you're gonna look really cakey. And then what I end up having to do is use Max Fix Plus spray. So it ends up working out, but it's a lot of steps, and it did cost a lot of money to buy all of these products separately. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Okay, so moving on to the positives, and there are positives. It's a really good foundation. I find that one of the best qualities of it is that it is kind of buildable. You can go from having a really sheer amount on your skin, letting your freckles shine through and like the essence of your skin really come through, but then if you need a more like medium to full coverage, you can actually achieve that by kind of building it and then using the powder. And I think using the foundation and the powder together leaves a really full coverage look. My skin looks like porcelain, I think, when I do it, but like tan porcelain, but still porcelain. So that's really nice. I find that it is quite blendable. Some people say it dries too fast. I have almost the exact opposite problem, in that it doesn't dry quick enough. But yeah, so I find that it is blendable. I think that it looks good in photography. It looks good on camera. I've been wearing it on camera for like the past couple of weeks, so nobody's been like, your face sucks, you look sweaty. So that's good news. And the packaging is fantastic. Oh, I didn't even talk about the packaging. Look at this. Look at this pump. It was designed by a genius. It is absolutely amazing. It just perfect. Really controllable. I just made a mess. But it's really controllable, and it doesn't get stuck. It's ideal. It's the best pump I've seen on a makeup product in a long time. So would I repurchase it? I mean, it is cheap, which is another huge benefit of this product. It's only $13.50, so that's really great. I probably would repurchase it if they had a color that matched my skin tone exactly. I don't think I would go through this regimen of having to buy 2 different foundations and a powder and the Fix Plus spray again. You know, so if some of those issues that I had with it could be worked out, I would definitely repurchase it again, because I do like how it builds and it blends, and I like the price point more than anything else. But yeah, that is my product review. Can you guys do me a big favor and let me know what your experiences with this foundation are? Because I've watched other makeup guru people and read blogs about it and stuff, but what it seems like to me is that everybody has a really unique experience with this product. So I would love to hear from you guys about what your experiences were. Anyway, so that's it. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you enjoyed this review. Can you also let me know that too? Because it's my first review, so I'm nervous. But yeah, okay. I'll see you guys later. Bye.